Hi, I'm Nikki, lead ergonomic specialist with the Rising Workplace, and I'd like to take a few minutes to walk you through our new ergonomic self-assessment tool. So whether you're an individual looking for something along the lines of a self-help tool when it comes to ergonomics, an interactive way to ensure that your workspace is set up correctly for you, and also some additional resources to help you maintain a better ergonomic setup, or perhaps you're from a company and you're looking for a solution for your employees and you're able to meet your local ergonomic standards or track participation with your employees, or perhaps it's as a middle tier before your employees would engage in a one-on-one ergonomics assessment with a skilled professional. Are they able to self-help or receive some general guidance on ergonomics through the self-assessment tool? So the tool simply works as a web link. Many of our clients use this embedded on their internet page along with any other ergonomics resources they have for their team. And it takes about 8 to 10 minutes to complete start to finish. At the end of the assessment, you'll be directed towards additional resources that you can pin on your computer or print out and keep at the workstation, for instance, and also a report of your unique recommendations. So a summary of the workstation changes that you were prompted to make so that you're able to ensure that you're accountable for making those changes. So I'll walk you through it now. I will say that if you are from the perspective of a company, there is different customizations available. You're able to use your unique company branding, whether it's your logo, fonts and colors, or perhaps on the first page where you're gathering that basic information from the employee. You could include your location, so you're able to, on your dashboard view, look at different trends according to location, or whether you're looking at hybrid, remote, or in-office employees, for instance. But on the second page here, it's just limited information, no opportunity to include health information or any free text box type of scenario that could cause an employee or a person to inadvertently share medical information. So really just basic questions here. And with many of the questions, there is logic involved. And so, for instance, if you're working remotely or working from the office, the series of questions that would follow would be based on your response to that question. And you're not going down the path of answering questions that really don't apply to your work scenario or to your employees. And we encourage that individuals are right at their workstation, making the changes as the recommendations appear, and they appear again based on logic when you answer the question. If you answer many of them in the negative, you're offered, again, kind of your go-to solutions, understanding that there are more than one ways to solve an ergonomic issue, right? When it comes to chair height, for instance, it could be adding a cushion to your chair versus actually raising your chair versus replacing your chair. And so we kind of consider different scenarios that the employee might be in and offer different solutions based on the potential of those various different scenarios, and recognizing that there's, again, more than one way to solve an ergonomic issue. We can also integrate into this tool if you have a equipment catalog. We'd like to go ahead and point the employee to the solution if it's a basic piece of equipment such as a footrest that can be easily integrated into this tool as well. As you can tell, there's some images, some moving images here that can really help your employees visualize what the question is asking, and it helps them move through the assessment more efficiently and truly understand what's being asked of them. And this includes all aspects of an ergonomic evaluation that you would engage with, even with a skilled professional or according to kind of the OSHA standard ergonomic evaluation. So just clicking a few as I go along so you can see, again, how those responses appear in real time. And here's a little bit of logic. For instance, if you work off a laptop, then you would answer a series of questions around that, versus if you don't, it takes you right on to the next section. So the first page was chair. Now we're on to keyboard and mouse. Again, kind of visualizing some of those common risks so that the employee kind of has a better idea of what that question is asking and can move through more efficiently. Moving on to screens. And then there's a posture check. So in the beginning, we're kind of looking at the workstation and making the necessary changes to achieve that more neutral working posture. But then once the individual has gone through those changes, are they where they need to be as far as working posture? So this is like that little extra bit of validation in the tool that helps you look at things not only from the workspace, but then from the human. Here's some more logic. Again, if you use a standing workstation, you'll go through a series of questions or some different advice around that. But if you don't, no need to go down that pathway. And then the last page here really has to do with the individual's habits and routines. And so are we taking enough movement breaks? Are you using a speakerphone or a headset? Different kind of periphery ergonomic questions that you want to include and consider that can contribute potentially to ergonomic risk. And you'll see when you reach this page, if you provided your email address and you indicated that you would like to have a copy of your report, that's sent to your email, and it's a summary of all the questions that you completed and that feedback that was generated. I also have some clients that request that supervisors or managers receive a copy of that report as well, remembering there's no private health information on them. Supervisors and managers or representatives from HR, for instance, also have a dashboard view. So you're able to kind of look a little closer at those top-down trends without any necessarily identifying information if you don't want to have access to that. And then the last page will often customize. Again, if it's more of a company tool, you may have internal resources that you'd like to guide your employee to, your intranet page, for instance. But also we have resources here at the Rising Workplace that you're able to just link right into the tool, leaving that individual with kind of a one-pager, quick tips, something they can print out or post or pin so that they're reminded of these best practices, and they have a resource that can help them sustain that. So there's a 5-minute movement routine based on common stresses related to the computer workstation, and various other resource pages there. And then lastly, if you are managing an ergonomics program internally, you get this top-down view. So it's a dashboard access. You're able to look at who's completed the assessment. If you need to, from a compliance perspective, check off that it's been completed at the time of onboarding. You're also able to see various trends related to workplace discomfort and filter them based on responses. So for instance, you may be interested in looking at workplace discomfort in your remote employees versus your on-site employees. And where is that discomfort located? Things like laptop use, can we link that to neck pain, for instance? And it can really help you make really informed decisions when it comes to the future of your ergonomics program. So maybe it helps you validate a budget for better chairs because you've recognized that as an issue as far as seating. Or maybe it helps you plan for more specific education for your team, or recognizing different trends or risk areas that you can really point out in more specific webinars or one-page handouts or to supplement your intranet page. So if you have any questions about the self-assessment tool, or if you'd like to experience it on your own through a demo link, please reach out to us, connect@risingworkplace.com.